Often, motivation fades because the road ahead feels uncertain and overwhelming. Instead of focusing on the mountains of problem in front of us, try to see the bigger picture. Where do I want to go in life? Why am I doing this? So you took the first step in chasing your dreams. You move closer towards your goal, you start to improve yourself, and your life is getting better and better every day. And you can feel that it's now reachable. The goal is there and you're moving towards it. But the question is, how do we keep ourselves consistent? How do we keep the flame alive? How do we keep ourselves disciplined enough until we reach that goal? Often, motivation fades because the road ahead feels uncertain and overwhelming. When faced with significant problems, it's easy for us to feel paralyzed, especially if we are unsure where to start. In these moments, it helps to pause and step back, try to see the bigger picture. Instead of focusing on the mountains of problem in front of us, try to see the bigger picture. Begin by asking ourselves, where do I want to go in life? Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do it? And so on. Understanding your deeper why gives you a powerful reason to keep moving forward, even when things are hard. This why becomes your light in the darkness, a steady light that reminds you there is a meaning behind your effort, behind your sacrifices, behind the hard things that you're going through, no matter how difficult the journey gets. Once you're clear on your directions, break your goals into small, manageable steps. It's no longer a big mountain, but small chunks of rocks that you just need to go through. Big dreams can seem intimidating, but taking things one step at a time makes the journey less overwhelming. Celebrate each win along the way, and these little victories will fuel your motivation and help you keep your momentum and consistency. It's also important to pay attention to your environment. Surround yourself with people who supports you no matter how hard it will be. Their belief can lift your spirits when your confidence shatters. Creating a healthy environment also means to take care of yourself. Take a break. Don't push yourself all the time. Rest well, eat good food, and show yourself some kindness. Motivation thrives when both your body and mind are cared for. When you're physically and mentally healthy, it's easier for you to think, to solve problems, and to move forward. And lastly, try to view these challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to learn and grow. Every setback can teach you some exciting things, can teach you something valuable, and makes you stronger for the road ahead. And if you do that and make it a habit, you'll start to see problems as something that excites you. You start to think about, what can I learn from this? What would I gain from this? How could I evolve after I solve this problem? And it makes it easier to go through the hard things because you know you'll grow stronger after. So when you know where you want to go and why it matters to you, you're ready to start climbing that mountain. Take it step by step. Remember your purpose. Don't forget to ask for help from the people who supports you. And then take care of yourself along the way. I hope you find this insightful. Remember, it's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible.